this woman has information that she knows for 100% fact somebody else can go make $5,000 to $10,000 a month with it.
Mhm.
Instead of teaching her skill set to other people that want to know how to do that, and with what she knows how to do, you're working on your own hours and your own schedule too. So you got a lot. You're getting your time back too, creating your own schedule. She's up here talking about, well, yeah, I was thinking about starting a business that has I create gift baskets and send the gift baskets out to people. And then I was thinking about starting up a coffee shop. And then this, and I'm like, why does everybody think of stuff outside of what they already know how to do when they're thinking about starting a business?
Mm.
Yo, what up? Right now I'm out ATVing in the rainforest with a group of high-level entrepreneurs. I'm a 7-figure entrepreneur. My mentor, Nehemiah Davis,
Listen
8-figure entrepreneur.
Listen to me, y'all. And I don't even want to put him in a box. I know you teach 99 ways how to get into real estate, how to use OPM, but this man's going to teach y'all just entrepreneurship, period. How to get in the game, stay in the game, and get that 6 and 7 figures, man. This man constantly investing in himself, putting himself in rooms. This is why he's on that next level. This is why he's been making this type of impact for so many years. But now that man coming out and helping y'all do it. So when Blake said, yo, I'm about to go crazy, I said, I'm looking at it. So listen, if y'all interested, getting your money right, getting your time back, and be able to scale and grow your businesses, AstenCeo, Blake, I'm telling y'all, don't look nowhere else. When you told me the 99 ways, though, peep this. I never heard nobody say 99 ways.
Right.
I heard about 1,
You heard a couple.
2, 3, 4, 5 max. 99? Yeah, okay. Y'all
Crazy,
tripping if
y'all.
y'all don't. But
Hey.
I really don't. 99 ways? It's impossible to fail.
Most important thing y'all can do is get in the room.
Welcome to another episode of It's Crowded at the Top. I am your host, AstenCeo, and let's give a round of applause on the other end for the voice of God.
Hey.
Let's give a round of applause. Why are we giving the voice of God a round of applause? Because the voice of God started to create content finally. So do a shameless plug, man. You just dropped your podcast. What's the name of the podcast?
Hey man, Will the World Podcast. We 4 episodes in. 5th episode dropping tomorrow. You can find it on Will the World TV. That's the channel. You know, we talking about self-improvement personally and professionally on the pod, man. Y'all tap in.
Will the World Podcast. Check it out. Go subscribe to the YouTube,
Yes, sir.
Apple Podcasts, anywhere that you listen to podcasts, visually on YouTube. At Will the World TV. That's the channel?
Yup, Will the World TV.
Will the World TV.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad of that because I was like, man, this dude gonna mess around, shoot 100 episodes and never release them.
Nah, hell nah, but look, soon as we done with this pod, I'm podding for the one that's dropping tomorrow. Tomorrow gonna be the first one that's really like on some like educational how-to stuff versus, you know, what we've been on lately, like the introspective tip.
Yeah, because I'm like, I wonder where he going with this because I haven't tuned into episodes yet, but off the clips, I'm like, all right, where my man going with this? Because this is some deep, introspective, personal. And I was like, man, I ain't gonna tell my man on what not to do, but I think I've already maybe gave you my opinion on something that you were doing. And then once I saw some clips, I was going to call you and be like, hey, man, I don't know if you want to start like a relationship podcast.
Yeah, no, look, I'm very cognizant of that because, you know, it's funny. The last episode, Viv started, you know how Viv would get on the phone and take it as an opportunity to like, and in the middle of her doing it, I say, nah, we're going to get back to this because this ain't what that's for. Like, nah, we ain't doing that.
Yeah, I'm saying like, I'm not opposed to that, but I just y'all newly married, and I'm like, I don't know if you want to start a podcast, talking about all the depths and in and outs of y'all's relationship, and y'all just starting.
Yeah,
like or that could be cool if you want to go that route, but I'm just a little more private. I don't want people in my business.
Yeah, now some stuff I don't mind, like, you know, like that's kind of surface level in the grand scheme of things. And one of the reasons why I've been starting off with such like an introspective take on stuff is kind of like to, in my minds, build a trust element to it.
I get that, but I guess I'm saying you mess around. It don't take much for something to go viral. You mess around and post a clip or post something or episode go viral, and it's the relationship stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then they come back for the next one and the next one and the next one, and it ain't no relationship stuff.
Right, right,
They
right.
might be like, "Oh, I ain't signed up for
Yeah,
this."
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's why even with my joint, like that's why I ain't had no guests or nothing yet. Cause I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to have a guest dependent joint. Like when
Right,
people come into this, they come in to listen to me.
right.
And then when it gets hot, I'm gonna have a whole catalog of all these. They're gonna be like, man, this dude dropping gems.
Mm-hmm.
What he got this many more episodes?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
all right, cool. Because I was just like, man, just off the clips, like I said, I haven't took aside the time to check out a full episode yet. But I was like, man, what they letting people into their house? Okay, welcome in the world into their household.
Yeah, nah, even like that was even the last joint that I even posted on the clip with Viv was like she kicked the pod off with some relationship stuff. As soon as the episode was over. Like I humored it during, but as soon as the episode was over, I was like, babe, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna make it this. You know what I'm saying?
But what do you expect it to be if you have your wife on the show with you? What are y'all going to talk about except for relationship stuff?
Well, the idea of so I was taking the or I am taking the like Shan's approach where, you know, outside of the morning meetup, he either having a guest on or Donnie. And the reason for that, like Viv is like offering up a different perspective on stuff. Cause I'm still gonna have pods where it's just me. But then she'll
Yeah.
she'll be on, you know what I'm saying, either once a week or once every other week. Cause I'm gonna drop like 3 of them joints a week.
But that's what I'm saying. What are y'all going to talk about outside of relationship stuff? So you use David Shannon as an example. Donnie's his best friend, not his wife.
Right, right, right.
So if you saying first episode, she kicked it off talking about relationship stuff. What do you think y'all going to sit there and talk about for 30 minutes to an hour on camera outside of relationship stuff with your wife?
Well, I know. I think we could. I think there are things that we could talk about. Like the first episode. So the last episode, she kicked it off with some relationship stuff because she was irritated before I hit record. But the first episode,
But
we
she's going to be irritated with you a lot. She is irritated with you a lot. You think it's
well
going to be
look,
the first time she's irritated with you?
well this but
You
now,
you are you are irritating.
but look, this the beauty of it. It don't have to be aired. So
That's all
try
I'm
to
saying, bro. I ain't saying not to do nothing. I never tell nobody not to.
yeah, just be mindful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
for
the
sure.
relationship stuff, bro. Because the internet's a cool place, but the internet is also a mean place.
Yeah, yeah.
I know both sides of it well,
Mhm.
as you may know.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
but man, I had a frustrating day, and it was like with some of that stuff on like how I was like, man, I'm just glad you put something out because I was like, man, you're gonna be the type of dude to just make all this stuff and never put none of it out. Man, you know how many conversations I've had today of how many conversations I've had today of people that have all the tools to do something
Mhm.
to really like instantly change their life in like 30 to 60 days.
Mhm.
And they just won't do it. And I'm like, what is wrong? Like what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
I'm sitting there telling people, yeah, I know, man, I know you told it. You're not the first person to tell me this either. This guy told me this. Like this one particular woman I was talking to, she works with. I got her to start changing her words that she uses. She said she works for
Mhm.
some high level entrepreneurs or some people that you may even know in the in the social media space.
Yeah.
She does some work for them. I was like, you don't do the work. You don't work for them. You work with them
Right.
because they won't be able to do a lot of the things that they do without you.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling her how that could be a product for her. It's taking her skill set as a she basically does like virtual assistant tasks for certain people.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't know a virtual assistant. Like, I outsource a lot of my virtual assistants. Like, when I say out, I mean like out the country, like
Right.
being Philippines, Latin America, stuff like that. But a lot of people don't know a virtual assistant. Like, say if you're US man, you could easily make 5 figures a month.
Mm.
Like you could make 5, 7, $8,000, like depending on what your value is that you bring to this person.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm asking her, I'm like, is it realistic for for somebody to make $5,000 to $10,000 a month with the information that you have? She's like, oh, no doubt. I'm like, well then, well then, what are you talking about though? I'm like, you have this woman has information that she knows for 100% fact somebody else can go make $5,000 to $10,000 a month with it.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of teaching her skill set to other people that want to know how to do that, and with what she knows how to do, you're working on your own hours and your own schedule too. So you got a lot. You're getting your time back too, creating your own schedule. She's up here talking about, well, yeah, I was thinking about starting a business that has I create gift baskets and send the gift baskets out to people. And then I was thinking about starting up a coffee shop. And then this, and I'm like, why does everybody think of stuff outside of what they already know how to do when they're
Mm-hmm.
thinking about starting a business?
Mm.
You know something that'll go make somebody $5,000 to $10,000 a month. You want to weave gift baskets and
Right.
put the stuff in. I just
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, I just don't get it. And I'm like, you're talking to me. You're talking to me for a reason. This is why I got on this shirt. What does this shirt say? It says, I'm ignoring you. I don't care. I'm not listening, or all of the above.
Where you got that from, Spencer's?
Why reach out to me for my opinion and for me to give you my knowledge about something that I've made 7 figures with? You made zero with it. I'm sitting there and telling you have something that within the next 30 to 90 days you could be making at least $25,000 to $50,000 a month. Easy,
Mm-hmm.
light work. And then you're gonna say, well, I know I have all this information, but I want to go start a gift basket company where if you want to give somebody a gift, you come to my website and we'll deliver the gift for you. Like, yo, what are you doing? Like, why? Why?
I don't. I wonder if it's like familiarity with the idea of certain businesses, and and people not.
She has no familiarity with
No, no, no,
everything
not.
else she mentioned.
No, no, no. I'm not saying like the actual business. I'm saying like the idea of starting a business has to look like X, Y, Z. You know what I
But
mean?
here's the thing, I would say that if she did not work with other people in the
Who?
space
Right,
already,
right, 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 right.
and everybody that she works with in the space is telling her the same thing. So then
Mm,
she gets on my line today and I'm telling her the same thing. She's like, you know what? That makes sense because blah 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 and blah 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 that I mentioned that I told you I work with, they said the same thing.
mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay. She's like, but you're making it make a lot more sense. I'm like, well, you're gonna continuously hear the same thing from the people that are successful at doing it because
Mm-hmm.
it is the same thing. Like
Right.
the formula is pretty much the same. Whereas, somebody might put a little nutmeg on it, somebody else might use cinnamon.
Mm-hmm.
But the formula is the same, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
And and she was like, yeah, so I'm taking this one course right now from a life coach, teaching us how to be life coaches. So I'm like, okay, you know how to do this. You
Mm-hmm.
know how to make $5,000 to $10,000 doing this. You are making $5,000 to $10,000 a month doing this. This is your business right here.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a proof of concept from information that you've gotten from other people in your circle and from myself that are doing it. Oh, this is an easy scale up, like
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
And now you don't mention to me in one conversation, basket gift, creating gift baskets and sending the gift baskets to people.
I know somebody who does
A
that too.
brick and mortar coffee shop doesn't drink coffee. uh, she said something about event spaces and life coach. She told me she has no knowledge of any of the four things, but she knows how to make 5 to 6 figure. I mean, she knows how to make $5,000 to $10,000 a month on this.
Mm-hmm.
But you're thinking of everything else outside of
That.
the thing that you know how to do. And you
And I,
said your friend, what'd you
I was,
say?
I was about to say I can't even say it's passion either because she don't drink coffee.
Yeah, because because I was telling her the pros and cons of everything. Because
Mm-hmm.
like I said, I'll never tell somebody not to do something.
Right.
Like I said, it's your vision. I don't got to see it,
Mm-hmm.
but if you see it, cool, go with it. But the whole point of the conversation we were having, you are asking for my tutelage on stuff. So with my experience, I'm going to tell you what I think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, you want to sit there and make gift baskets for people. You just said you got a friend that does that. Are they making great money at it?
I don't know what grade is, but I know she's been doing it for a while and making money, but I don't know how much. But but that's only a part of it. That ain't like her full thing. Like she got purses and gift back, like you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
she makes the majority of her money with like corporate people like who want to do something for the office and stuff. So
I can get that, but I just don't see that being like a. Not saying you can't scale it, but when people do want that stuff, it's just like if I want to make a a software that
mm-hmm.
finds real estate properties. It's probably gonna be difficult for me to do that because PropStream got the games
Mm-hmm.
sold up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not saying that I can't do it, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like if I wanted to send a gift bag to somebody, I'm probably just gonna hop on Google real quick and just find some like there's probably people that's already established in the game that's doing it at scale.
Mm-hmm.
So why? And then it's a service-based business. Service-based business are very, very difficult to scale because you always start off as doing everything yourself. So she's gonna be making the baskets and stuff. She's gonna be mailing them out. All that stuff. It's time consuming.
Mm-hmm.
And then like, how much you gonna sell a gift basket for? At most, depending on what's in it, $100,
Yeah. Yeah.
50 bucks.
The real expensive ones be like two, but on average, yeah, you looking at like 190.
If that. If I
Yeah.
send somebody a gift basket, if I send somebody a gift basket, then it ain't gonna be no $100 gift basket.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the only thing I would send like that is and it wasn't even the gift baskets. I think I bought some flowers last week.
Mm.
But that wasn't like a basket or whatever. But say somebody wants to start flower I just want the flowers.com or 1-800
Yeah,
flower. I
one
just
eight hundred
typed in
flowers. Yeah,
flowers, it popped up. Like I
yeah,
wouldn't want to start a flower delivery business. Like what is the margins on that?
yeah.
Two, the coffee shop. Or how I know she doesn't drink coffee. I was saying I've never had coffee a day in my life. I've never had it before. She's like, you know what? I don't drink coffee either. It was just an idea. I'm like, okay, you want to start a coffee shop? What is this? What are the margins on selling coffee to people? Like from what I hear, Starbucks coffee from coffee drinkers, they say it's ridiculously priced for
Oh
coffee.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It is. Well, so I know this from talking to my homeboy who was about to he was about to buy into a business, but like like coffee is one of the most lucrative businesses if you can get your foot in the door. But like you said, it's like
But you
about
starting off by with
exactly.
yourself.
That's why I say
One of the,
I'm speaking about margin. So if you could buy into a coffee business, then you killing it because coffee is ridiculously cheap, and that's why Starbucks making so much money. But
I
if
know
she,
it's ridiculously cheap, but Starbucks, from what I hear, they're charging
yeah, yeah, yeah,
a premium price for their coffee too. But
yeah,
I'm
for
like,
sure.
she most likely she won't be able to charge the same price as Starbucks is charging.
Yeah, cause she want to just start her own shop.
Yeah, and
Mm,
this is brick and mortar,
yeah.
brick and mortar. So I'm like, okay, with brick and mortar, let's take coffee out of it. Brick and mortar is dependent on location.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's why a lot of people fail with their whatever brick and mortar business that they have. They just go get a building somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
How much foot traffic is that location getting? How much car traffic is that location getting? And then it don't even matter that what percentage of those people on the daily are going to stop and go into your building.
Right.
And then out of that, what percentage of those people are going to go into your building and buy something?
Mm-hmm.
And most people, they don't market their brick and mortar business anyways. They just put it right there and hope people stop by it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, what is the
Yeah. And
then?
that.
Then you got the overhead costs of leasing it,
Mm-hmm.
all the utilities, insurance, the product, staff,
Yeah. Overhead crazy.
HR. Like what? I'm
Yeah.
like, come on, man! I'm telling you something that you can start doing right now and start making 20 to 50,000 in like 30 to 90 days
Yeah.
with just you.
Yeah.
And
That would be
maybe a
smart.
virtual assistant that you paying a few bucks an hour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Barely.
Then she said the event space. Same as that thing. Overhead.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have the funds to secure the event space. And then the same with all the utilities, insurance, uh stuff that's gonna be used for setup in there, Wi-Fi,
Mm-hmm.
renovations to the spot to make it look nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, why does everybody think of stuff outside of what it is that they know how to do? Like
Yeah.
I just don't get it. And that's majority of people. Like I get messages every single day of people like, I got this business idea. I'm like, sometimes I give them some coaching and damn near like 90 something percent of the time, bro, they'll have a skill set at this or knowledge at this, but want to start something that they have absolutely no knowledge of.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, for what? For what? When they got a proof of concept of making money in this thing too.
Right. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe it's like maybe it's exposure too. Like maybe they can't, or I ain't gonna say can't. They haven't associated the fact that what they've been doing that makes X amount of dollars could actually make them 10x that amount.
And I can see you saying that about most people, but this lady
Yeah.
is
Yeah. Yeah.
around people that, and
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you?
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then I started to question her. No, I started to question them, the people that she said that she works with.
Mm.
Because I'm like, you couldn't work around me because
I
you be
bet.
bullshit.
Mm. Mm.
Like I don't why they keep you around.
Man.
Well, I know why they keep her around because she benefits them.
Mm.
But I'm like, I can't. That would just frustrate me to the point I'm like, I can find somebody else to do what you do for me.
Right.
Why you just building my stuff and not building your stuff? I don't want to work nobody. I even tell my virtual assistants this. Like, I don't
Mm.
want you to just work for me. Like, what do you want to do? So
Bro,
we can help each other.
we the same way, bro. Same conversations here, bro. Same conversation.
Yeah, I want you to just be building my dream and you don't have like help me help me and let me help you. At the
Mhm.
same time, I want all of my business relationships to be like that. This ain't just about building up AstenCeo. It's crowded at the top. This is about building everybody, bro.
Mhm. Mhm.
A rising tide lifts all ships. Like, let's go to the top.
Right.
But you gotta let me know what you want to. So if anybody wants to work, like I said, nobody works for me. They all work with me. If you
Mhm.
can't tell me what your goals are, you can't tell me what your dreams are. You can't hop on this shit and help me build my dream. I don't want nobody that ain't got a dream helping me build mine.
Hmm.
I'm like, nah,
Yeah, it's real.
that's everybody. That's even my guy that runs my ads. Use him for an example. He used to work for another ad agency. He started running my ad. He now has an ad agency. I'm like, bro, you can do this, do this yourself.
Mhm.
Like, why don't you build up your stuff? He getting dope. He getting paid.
Yeah, get into it.
But he said one of the reasons why he started this stuff, one of the main reasons why he started this stuff, because he listening to me. He having conversation with me every single week.
Mhm.
He's like, yeah, man, I quit. They was mad. I was like, cool, you better get rich.
Yeah, that's
Not that he
dope.
wasn't, because he paid, like he takes care of his whole family.
Mm.
Like he's married with kids. I don't mean I mean his. He
Yeah,
take
whole
care of
family.
his parents and his
Mhm.
brothers. He told me a story today that's so true about like people's perception of money. So he
Mhm.
was like I think he said he has a brother that has his niece. His niece wanted a scooter, or his brother wanted to buy his niece a scooter for like her birthday or something.
Mhm.
And she's young. She might only be 2 or 3 or something. So it ain't like she needs like a crazy scooter, just something to kick
Yeah, yeah.
while they go on walks and stuff. And he was telling his brother, like, go get the this $150 scooter. He's like, I don't want to spend $150 on no scooter. I'm gonna get her one that costs like 20, $30. And he's like, you go get the one that costs $30. It's going to be a $30 scooter.
Mhm.
A baby, a 2 or 3 year old, they're gonna break it. Then you're just gonna have to go get another $30 one. And then
Mhm.
it's gonna break. Then you're gonna have to get another one. Whereas you could have got the $150 one up front. His brother still didn't understand what he was
Understand.
saying.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's like, man, I get it for her. Like that's my gift. I want my I want my niece with a
Mm.
nice scooter. So he just
Mhm.
went and got it. And with these conversations I was having with these few people today, they have the same most people have the same twisted concept of like how much stuff costs. Like they don't be thinking of what it costs them if they don't get the stuff. They think about what it costs them. And I'm like,
Mhm.
and people have absolutely no problem buying things that they cannot afford when it sets them back in life. As soon as it's something that's going to accelerate them in life and increase their income, impact, and influence, and grow their business and make them more money, then all of a sudden they start worrying about having the money in their bank account.
Mm.
But with all this stuff that sets you back in life, they're not worried about how much money's in their bank account. So, like, prime example, I'm talking to somebody today. I'm telling them something that they should do that's going to that, and I'm not exaggerating, bro. I'm telling them something that's going to like make them an extra $20,000 to $50,000 a month in the next 30 to 90 days.
Mhm.
I can't afford it. I said, why can't you afford it? Because you don't have the money in your bank account right now? They said, yes. I said, do you have a car? Yes. Do you have a car payment? Yes. Did you have the money in your bank account when you bought your car? No. You did not hesitate to buy your car. All it is adding a bill to you. Do you own a house? Yes. Did you have the money in your bank account when you bought your house? No. You still did not hesitate to buy the house. So why, when I'm telling you something that you can do that's going to make you $20,000 to $50,000 a month in the next 30 to 90 days, you're saying that you don't have the money in your bank account?
Hmm.
It's like it's backwards thinking, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody's been in a position where they bought something that they could not afford,
Mm-hmm.
that set them back in life and made life tougher for them. They don't find the ways to afford the things that are going to accelerate them.
Hmm.
And that's mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
This same individual, I was like, yo, this is what you need to do. You're sitting here. I gave him that same exact breakdown. You didn't have the money in your account when you bought this. You didn't have the money in your account when you bought that. You still bought them, so don't worry about the money. I got funding partners. They'll get you right. I was like, all right, man, get off my phone, man.
Yeah. 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 Clearly, you don't want to do it, and just BSing the whole time.
Yeah, I'm like, that don't make sense. I'm talking to another guy today. His skill set, his skill set, he's making about and people just think so small. So he was telling me one of his goals was to make an additional $10,000 a month and get out of his because he spends a lot of time doing his profession. So you know a lot of stuff that I teach, it's about making more while working less
Right.
and getting your time back. So he does like a physical therapy type stuff and massages and
Mm.
physical therapy type stuff. So he spends his time doing that, and he has mentees that he teaches one on one how to do that and start their own businesses, right?
Mm.
So I'm like, there's your business, and that's how you get your time back right there. He charges people $3,000 for his one on one mentorship. I'm like, man, you need to take that from one on one to one to many
Mm-hmm.
and up the price because these people they leave him and go make $10,000 a month
Mm.
minimum. I'm like,
Yeah.
bro,
Yeah. He could triple. He could triple his price.
I'm like, that's your freedom right there.
Mm.
this that
Mm.
that intellectual property. I'm like, why are y'all thinking of so much different stuff? I'm like, you sitting here and you got people making $120,000 a year. Up the price and make that a group thing and take it online.
Mm. Yeah.
You don't think these same people? You don't think these same people that's paying you $3,000 to do that won't? They want to know how to do. They want to know how to do what you do,
Mm-hmm.
or that's a course. You can sell that course to those same people that you're teaching one on one. You could sell them a course for the same price.
Mm-hmm.
He charged them $3,000 for one on one. He can charge them $3,000 for a course.
Did he say what the one-on-one looked like? Like, is there a lot of?
I, I don't know. With him doing massages and stuff, I'm sure it's them watching him do stuff with his
Yeah.
clients and patients and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He could even do like a conference.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of way. That's why I was telling him, I'm like, bro, that's an easy turn up,
Yeah.
like easy. He's making all right money now, but I'm like, bro, you want to make an extra $10,000 a month digitally? You thinking small, bro? I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
you gonna be making like
Mm-hmm.
a honey bun. Like let's 10x that.
Mm-hmm.
Like realistically 10x that.
Yeah.
I'm like, you start making 10,000 a month like that.
Easy. And then he'll be sitting like, why was like, remember you was like, why was that the goal?
Yeah.
Why was
But I
that
but I
the
just
goal?
but I'm just like, man, I just have so many conversations with people, and people are just reaching out, messaging me and emailing me and DMing me and text messaging me like daily. And I'm like, why are y'all all thinking of stuff outside of what you know how to
Mm-hmm.
do?
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't, and if you And if you need to go acquire skills, but those skills that you go and acquire can still be rooted back to what it is that you know how to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I know sales and marketing. I can apply that to anything. That's why I'm able to help anybody with whatever it is that they got, because it all comes down to sales and marketing.
Right.
But I've been into sales and marketing since college. Like college didn't teach me nothing about sales and marketing, but that's what my major was in.
Mm-hmm.
Professional sales with a marketing concentration. That's what my degree's in. When I picked my major, I walked to this lady named Miss Terry. Never met my college advisor. Miss Terry got me straight. Shout out Miss Terry. She said, "You got to pick a major." I always knew I was going to do something in business. I said, "Business." She said, "That's too general." I said, "Who make the most?" She said, "Marketing." I said, "Marketing." She said, "That's too general. Niche it down." I said, "Who make the most in marketing?" She said, "Sales." I said, "Sales." That's how I picked my major. Bro, I'm about the money, bro. I'm like,
Hey, clearly. Clearly. Meanwhile, I was like, okay, which one I got the most credits in? All right.
that's how I picked my major. She said, "What's your major gonna be?" I said, "Business." "Nah, it's too general." "Who make the most money in business?" "Marketing." "Cool. Put it down." "No, you need to niche it down." She said, if you want to make money in it, you got to have like a niche, like
Mhm.
sales. All right, cool. Which is in business, the salesmen make the most. Like even in a 9 to 5 W-2 corporate, like the salespeople make the most.
Mhm.
Outside like the CEOs and stuff, because the salespeople they're the ones making
Right.
the money.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they didn't teach me anything about they really didn't teach me nothing about marketing and sales. But I just knew
The route.
that I knew that was the route to make money when I got down into the world. I gotta sell something. Didn't know what I was gonna be selling, but I'm like, I know I gotta sell something.
Mhm.
And then even when I got in the workforce, I was looking for a job. I was looking for sales jobs. So I wanted to get into pharmaceutical sales. I heard in the corporate world they make good money. It was still sales.
Mhm.
My homeboy, he was either in Cincinnati or Columbus. He was in medical device sales at the time. He started off in pharmaceutical sales. I hit him up. My man Sammy. I was like, "Yo, Sammy, how you get in pharmaceutical sales?" He said, "You need some sales experience. You got some?" I was like, "Nah." He said, "Go work for Enterprise Rent a Car. They got a good management sales training program. It looks good on your resume." So I go work at Enterprise to sell stuff,
And was
to
and
get
was
sales.
and was going hard.
Yeah, but the whole point of working there was because I was like, okay, I'm gonna work here, get this on my resume, and then
In
go get
transition.
a sales job at a pharmaceutical sales or something like that.
Yeah.
And then it was just the job was terrible and overworked. And the job was never the goal. So I always wanted to work for myself. But I was figuring out like what I wanted to do while I was working there. And
Mhm.
it's like I had an idea, but I ain't had no time. I had time. My excuse was I didn't have time because I was working so much. So then I went and worked at a bank, sales job.
Mhm.
Even though I didn't sell nothing for them, my job was to sell stuff.
Right. Like
I
new
was just
accounts
mentally
and products and stuff.
products, credit cards,
Mhm.
loans, lines of credits, stuff like that. And
Mhm.
they was ready to. They was like, "Oh man, we got a rock star over here at our location because because the Enterprise they got this thing in Enterprise. I don't know what it's called now, but at the time it was called the Matrix.
Mhm.
And I was always at the top of the Matrix in my region, like out in my little region, and then in Houston and all surrounding, I was always in like top ranking in the Matrix.
Mhm.
I'm like, "Yo, this place Sanford kid, they got a rock star over there at this location." So then when I went to the bank and they saw my and saw my numbers and stuff, they like, "Woo, he gonna make us a lot of money." Nope, no, I ain't. I'm just here to clock in and clock out. Y'all should have caught me a year ago.
Uh,
I'm not
they,
motivated to be
they
nobody's employee.
they missed that train.
Yeah, I'm like I'm just here collecting a paycheck till I figure out how to get my stuff rocking.
Yeah.
I just need a job that works 40 hours and that's it. Not a minute more, not a half hour more, nothing. So I
Man.
can go home and work on my stuff.
Did
'Cause
that joint
Enterprise,
coming from
I was
Enterprise,
pulling.
did it feel like you was working part-time now?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I go from working 60 plus hours a week to 40. What?
it's
The
a
sun
breeze.
started to shine different. But the sun really started to shine different because I wasn't seeing the sun for real. Like
Yeah.
I was seeing the sun like going outside to check in cars and pull them around, wash them and stuff. But you go work when it's dark, you get home when it's dark. Versus I'm going to the bank, I pull up, sun's out. I get off work, the sun's out. I'm like, man, I get used to this. Ain't no overtime because what the overtime gonna be? The bank closed.
Exactly.
And then you get every little holiday off. Enterprise only the holidays we got off was Thanksgiving Day and Christmas Day.
Bro, that's plantation, dog.
And I was sitting there and I would take advantage of all them holidays. That's something else. I went on IG Live and I gave my followers like a little scolding because Labor Day just passed.
Mm-hmm.
I go on live. I ask everybody, all right, who want to be an entrepreneur, aspiring entrepreneur, who wants to be a successful entrepreneur? What are y'all's goals? They saying, oh, I want to make 1 million. I want to make 10 million. I want to make 700,000. They putting all their goals in the comments and stuff. I'm like, all right, who worked on their business today on Labor Day?
Mm-hmm.
Crickets. Who worked on their business this holiday weekend? Crickets.
Hmm.
I'm like, y'all had a 3-day weekend, a lot of free time, and you ain't work on your goals and your dreams and stuff that you say you want to do
Mm-hmm.
over a 3-day holiday weekend. You lying to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you willing to go check right back in the next day and put in a minimum of 40 hours building somebody else's dream. But when you got 3 free days, you don't even put in 1 hour on your stuff.
Hey, right now I'm riding horseback in the rainforest with a group of high-level entrepreneurs, all 6, 7, and 8-figure earners. The thing is that while we're here enjoying our life, we're all generating income right now because we know how to monetize our IP, our intellectual property. The problem is that you either have a gift and you don't know how to monetize it, or you don't know what your gift is. I want to help you tap into that gift to where you can make income while you're just living your life, enjoying the fruits of your labor, and making income literally 24/7. Go ahead and tap in and join me at the top. It's crowded at the top.
And I was like, guess what I was doing this Labor Day weekend, guys? Working. I'm working every day, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And even when I'm off, I'm on.
Right.
Like right now I'm in my mama's crib. I've been in my mama's crib for over a week now, maybe a week and a half or so.
Mm-hmm.
The first week I've been at my mama's house, about 6 or 7 days have been passed. She come down in the living room. She see me on my computer, and she was like, "You haven't turned the TV on this week yet." I was like, "Oh, I ain't noticed." Like, and then she's like, "Yeah, you're always doing something."
Mm.
I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, yeah, you're." I'm like, if I'm not working, I'm listening to a podcast. I'm
Mm-hmm.
listening to an ebook. I'm watching a interview. I'm looking at other people's ads and seeing what they doing. I
Mm-hmm.
just started running YouTube ads. I'm on YouTube. I got YouTube Premium where I don't see ads. I go on my other YouTube account, my personal YouTube account. They got the premium. I'm starting to watch videos on my AstenCeo account now because I ain't got the premium on there. Just so I see the ads come up. Every ad that come up, I'm watching the whole ad.
Mm-hmm.
It got 2 ads on there. The first ad 5.5 minutes. I'm watching the ad for 5.5 minutes, and I'm watching the second one come too.
Mm-hmm. Studying.
And I'm saving the ads too. I got a playlist of people's ads.
Mm.
Here's some free game if y'all didn't know. If you ever see if you want to run YouTube ads and you want to get an idea for a creative, all that you have to do when the ad pops up, right click the ad. It's gonna menu's gonna come up. It's gonna say stats for nerds. Click the stats for nerds. The first line is gonna have a series of letters and numbers with a slash and another series of letters and numbers. Copy that first series of letters and numbers on the first line. And then just go up in your URL where it says youtube.com/ whatever watch. It's gonna say watch with a V and an equal sign. Delete everything after that equal sign and paste what you just copied into that equal sign. Uh it'll take you to the video of that ad. Then you can save it.
Yeah, I ain't know that. That's live.
A lot of people don't know.
That's right
I
on
give
time.
y'all the game. I give y'all the game.
That's
The
right
other
on
people,
time right there.
a lot of people gonna be mad at me for that one. A lot of people gonna be mad at me for that one.
Nah,
A lot of
that's
people,
live right there.
a lot of people charging heavy racks for that one too.
Yeah, that's save a lot of money even on I think I mentioned to you one time a tube sift. Remember did you
Yeah,
ever
tube sifts.
look into it?
I'm familiar with it. I haven't really looked that much into it, but I am familiar with it.
Yeah, that joint like 70 a month, something like that. And they got it could be worth it if you know what to do with it, I would say. If you
Yeah,
if you willing to actually tap into it and probably more so get somebody to do it for you because it takes a lot of time to
yeah, I
learn.
may invest in that. I remember you telling me about it. It's like about what popular videos are or something.
Yeah, no, you can literally like search for like specific stuff in whatever your niche is, like what's trending like in real time. You can see what other people are running. You can see which videos people are putting certain ads in. Like you could see what video is being used the most in your niche to run
Mm.
ads in and stuff. Like it's they got a lot that they offer. You know what I'm saying? There's just
Yeah,
some
I
of the
may
stuff.
check it out. I
Yeah,
may check
it's
it out.
67 a month to be exact.
You know, I don't care about what the stuff be costing.
Yeah, I'm
I
just
just
thinking out
yeah,
loud.
yeah. But so like I got a playlist of people's ads.
Mm,
The ad come up if I think it's good. Well, first if it's somebody that I'm familiar with, I'll right click it
mm-hmm,
just so I can see what they doing. And outside of saving, I'm not just saving everybody's ad that comes up. Once I get it and I can just see that unlisted video,
mm-hmm,
I see the view. I look at the views. And then I'll save it to my
mm-hmm.
plate. I'm like, oh, this is working.
Right, right.
This thing got 2 million views since July.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you what
Oh yeah, this working.
I was just about to ask you what number makes you be like, okay, yeah, that
It,
joint.
it's not a number. It's like a number and a time.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I'm like, if it got a lot of views within a short period of time, okay. Or if it's been running for a longer period of time, I'm like, well, they got it running for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
This thing been running since it's September right now. This thing been running since March.
Right.
Okay. That way they still running it for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like let me study it or whatever. So
Yeah, that's fire right there.
and the thing here's another thing too. When like how you were saying like the cost of the tube sift or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
people be People just I wish people would stop lying to themselves, bro, because they'd be like, "Oh yeah, when I get to this level, I'm gonna start uh my fault. No, I was saying people be lying to themselves because they be like, yeah, when I get to this level, when I start making this much money, then I'm gonna put this much into this and this much into marketing and this much into the business and this much into self education and personal development. I'm like, no, you're not, because you're not doing it now.
Right, exactly.
You won't even spend the 99 cent it takes on your little video at to make your content to remove the watermark. I go look at the people's pages. It got whatever the video is, and at the end of the video it says video leap in shot. I'm like, you won't even invest 99 cent in yourself to remove the watermark. Why you think all of a sudden you gonna start making six figures and then you gonna start spending the 10 and 20,000 on this? You won't even spend 99 cent to remove the watermark. You won't even spend the $2.99 on the app to unlock all of the different transitions and filters and stuff and transitions.
Oh,
You don't even spend $2.99 so you can unlock all the cool stuff on the app. You just posting some stuff, then at the end of it, it's a video leap in shot. I'm like, what the? You're not doing it now. Oh yeah. When I become successful, I'm gonna give back to my hood. Oh yeah, the hood gonna eat when I make it. You not doing nothing now.
oh,
You being disrespectful to the homeless guy every day outside the corner store. Once you get the bread, you gonna start giving them money. You see that lady you see that lady across the street. She's taking in her groceries by herself. You don't even offer to help her take her groceries inside.
Hmm.
Or from the car to the door at least.
Mhm.
But then you gonna get all this money. You gonna help. You gonna feed the hood. No, you not. Oh yeah, when I get all this money, I'm gonna start tithing to the church, man. I'm gonna give back to the church. You don't tithe with what you got now.
Hmm.
No, you not. Oh yeah, man. When I get home, all I need is hit a lick. All I need to hit a lick for whatever the reason, man. With us,
Hmm.
they always need an extra. If I just had extra 10,000. I don't know why that's the number. If I just had extra 10,000, or if I hit me 100, I hit me 100. Oh yeah, girl, I'm gonna be buying you this. I'm like, man, with your little money you got now, you don't even buy a flower.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you won't even buy the little thoughtful stuff that don't even that this is her favorite ice cream. You don't even stop at the store and spend the $6 on her favorite Haagen Dazs. But all of a sudden you gonna hit a lick, you just gonna be showering her with stuff. Bro, you won't even spend $6 on ice. You saying, man, $6 for some ice cream? It's just little.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, you gotta. The B comes before the get. You gotta become the person before you get the thing.
Mhm.
People be thinking that they're gonna get the thing and then become the person. That's why they never get the thing. You gotta start doing it now. You want to start making six figures? What is six figure you going to be doing? You gotta really travel there and see it, and then start doing it now.
Mhm.
You want to make a million? What does millionaire you do? Visualize it, see it, then come back and start doing it now.
Mhm.
And that's how you attract the stuff. I tell people I time travel. They look at me like I'm crazy, but it works, bro.
Mhm.
Because I think time and a lot of this stuff is a belief system. It's what you choose to believe.
Mhm.
I choose to believe that time's not real.
Mhm.
So when I say time's not real, like time didn't always exist. Like humans, we have a way of explaining things that we can't explain. We got to have a reason for everything. So some
Right.
dude just made up time one day.
Right.
I choose to believe if time's just a made man construct and it doesn't exist, I feel like everything's happening on the same timeline at the same time.
Mhm.
So 10-year-old me, 28-year-old me, present me, 60-year-old me, we're all existing right now. So I time travel. I really sit. I'll close my eyes and I'll go into the future, and I'll be like, is this fly? Like, do I see myself living the life I want to live with this decision I'm about to make right now? And if I see it, I'm like, oh yeah, it's fly. I do it.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not, I'll be like, okay, I ain't doing it. And then I think about stuff I'm doing now, and then I go back to my younger self, to that kid that thought everything was possible, because I still do. And I'll be like, would he think that, would he want to grow into this man that I am? I'm like, so I'll be like, oh yeah. He'd be like, all right, it's dope.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I call it time travel. I tell people, they be like, man, it's silly. I'm like, all right, we'll just keep sitting there.
Hmm.
At least I found something I believe, and it seemed to work.
Yeah. Nah, that's real, bro. And then yeah, nah, I believe in it 1,000%. 1,000%. And then it's funny, like, because people hear that and say it's silly and blah blah blah, but they real life got like research to back that. Like if you talk to a quantum physicist, there's some research out there that'll back a lot of what you just said and more.
Yeah. And people don't know the nerd side of me, bro.
They just know
I
you
haven't been
five
doing it.
four.
I haven't been doing it late, but like maybe the month or two ago, I was I was looking into physics. You ever heard of what's his name? Something like Koku. Is it Michelle Koku?
Mm-mm.
Hold up, I gotta find his name, because he's talking about type 0, type ones, and type 2 civilizations and stuff. Yeah, but I don't know how to pronounce his name. My fault if I'm pronouncing your name. Ma, 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 Machao Kaku. It's spelled
Machado.
Michio. His last name's Kaku. I
Okay.
just call him.
Yeah. That
I just
is
say
Kaku.
I know Kaku, but I'm like, is it Machao or Macau?
Machado. You said it's C what?
Michio.
Oh, CHIO.
I feel like it's pronounced Macau.
Yeah, I don't know. That's tricky.
I don't feel like it. I don't feel like that ch would have the ch sound like in
Yeah.
English, because he's Asian.
Yeah, I didn't at the first rip I didn't hear the H. So I was thinking like Italian.
Anyways, Macau Kaku, he got it's a nerd out type stuff, but it's type 0 and type 1, type 2 civilizations, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a type 1 civilization is a civilization that gets their power from itself. A type 0 civilization is somebody that gets their power from um like an outside source.
Mm-hmm.
No, whatever it is, it got something that I don't want to get into it, because my podcast ain't about no nerdy physicist shit anyways. And I don't want to be talking about this stuff that I don't really know like that. So the one guy that happens to watch my stuff that know this stuff, and man, he's so wrong. He doesn't know what he's
He's a
talking
phony.
about.
The big fat phony.
But anyways, it's interesting if you just look into it, because it's like, um, as far as the future of the Earth, and if we do get into space travel and leaving the different planets, we'll have to find these different type of civilizations and stuff.
Mm.
And Earth hasn't even transitioned into type 0 yet.
Mm. Yeah, I'm gonna
So
check it out because that's up my alley. That's up my
yeah,
alley right there.
rest in peace to Nip Hustle, TMC. I learned about him from Nip.
Mm.
Yeah, this was stuff Nip was researching.
Yeah.
and looking into, like, a lot of people don't know Nipsey was into astrology. Well, not I don't know astrology as far as like the stars and the like the weirdo stuff. Oh, you're a Sagittarius. Oh, you're a not like, but he was into
Like the
like outer
cosmos.
space. Yeah,
Mm.
space and rockets and all that stuff. So you can see there's a sit down Gary V had with Nip in the studio, and Nip like was talking about him there, and that's when he first got on my radar because I'm like, who's this?
Mm.
Because he was talking about what music was like then, and I can see it. I can see it happening now too. Um, Nick was saying that Machao Kaku, he was talking about the type 0 1 civilization and stuff, and that's when I started to look into it years ago and started to revisit it a few months ago. And he was saying the state of music at the time.
Mm.
That's why, like Nick was saying, that's why Drake is like the #1 guy because Drake, like the world's so negative, and it's like the music was trying to combat like
Mm.
the
Mm.
tone of stuff right now.
Mm.
And I can see the same thing happening right now because it's like say that all the top people, say all the music that's recently dropped with Drake starting it off, it's dance music. Like
Mm.
think what the culture is right now musically, and the music always affects us. Like it's like
Right.
drills, like
Mm.
the most popping shit.
Yeah.
So you got all this drill music, you got all this murder music, you got everybody out here taking drugs and stuff, and then you got Drake dance music.
I've been on that joint heavy lately. I ain't even gonna lie.
Then you got Beyonce dance music.
Mm.
Then you got Kendrick self-reflective, figure out,
Mm.
therapy music.
Mm.
So I'm like, there's a with Drake, Beyonce, and Kendrick, like back to back to back with the type of music that they doing. It's like
Mm.
when you look into the stuff, it makes sense on like, okay, it's like the music trying to combat like the
Like,
other stuff, and it
yeah.
come down to some physics type stuff.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out for sure.
Cause I'm like, it ain't by chance. It ain't by chance that the biggest in music is making the type of music that they're making
Right.
right now.
Right.
Kanye gospel.
Do you think they're aware of it, or is that just what is speaking to their spirit right now?
I don't even think I don't know if they're personally aware of it, but if anybody's aware of it, Kendrick. But I really think it's just the world
Mm.
is like the world is calling for it.
Mm.
Like I ain't even been up on music like that. But who else is like dropping lately? Like who's the biggest?
Well, Khaled just dropped. That's the recent.
God did.
That's the recent big drop, Khaled.
Well, I haven't heard Khaled's album outside of the one song Ho did, but even just the messaging of that God did.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, it's like all the biggest, they all on a different type of tip from what everything is doing right now.
Right.
And I'm even using that for myself. I'm like, everybody's doing it. I'm like, okay, I want to be, I want to be the biggest.
Mm-hmm.
They all doing that. Okay, let me look at this. Let me use that as a blueprint. The
Mm-hmm.
biggest be doing it 180 from everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's yeah. Nah. Yeah, yeah, that's interesting, bro. Cause I don't think that they're aware of it. I think that's just what is speaking to their heart and their spirit right now, and it's coming from God, coming
The
from the
world
world. You know what I'm saying? The
and physics
in physics. Yeah, I was about to say the powers that be, and not those powers that be, but the
yeah.
powers that you know.
And all those people are at a point of freedom where they can create what they actually want to create. Like a
Right.
lot of people don't like Drake's album, but I'm like, this is the when I first heard Drake's joint, I was like, this is the freest Drake I've ever heard in my life.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he titled it Honestly Nevermind. Like
Mm-hmm.
this is what I've been wanting to do for forever.
Man,
You can tell.
the album
And he's
dope.
at a point, but he's at a point, he's a billionaire, basically a billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, man, I'm dropping this because this is the first time that Drake's dropped something where you can tell in the music he's not trying to please both sides.
Right.
Because somebody like me or Drake, I'll be like, man, I wish he would just drop just the.
He just
I
rap.
wish I could just have one album where he just rapping.
Yeah.
I mean, like rapping, like where he the boy.
Yeah, like 4 a.m. in Neverland.
I want a bunch of PMs. I want a bunch of PMs and AMs. I want a
Yeah.
bunch of PMs, AMs, intros, and outros.
Yeah.
And then I also and then I do enjoy Drake R&B. But then you got the other fans, include myself too. Man, I wish he would just drop an R&B album.
Mm-hmm.
Scorpion, he attempted to do it, but it was like, man, if you just had a sole focus on this or a sole focus on that, that's what I want. And it's like this is the first one where he was like, man, I'm free. I'm a billionaire. Can't nobody tell me whatever. They need me more than I need them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna drop this, and you gonna make your money off of it. I'm gonna make my money off of it, and everybody gonna say it ain't hot as soon as it dropped, like they do on literally every single one of my albums.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, never mind. Because all Drake stuff when it first drops, you're gonna have a large percentage of people that ain't rocking with it. Then
Yeah.
3 weeks later, a month later, they
Yeah.
gonna be rocking with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
like that whole album, he only rap on what 2 songs?
Yeah, the Sticky and 21. 21 Savage joint. What is it called? Jimmy something.
Yeah, Jimmy Cooks or something.
Yeah, yeah. And that was supposed to be on 21's album.
Yeah, I can tell.
I heard 21 say that. He was like, nah, he's like, I told Drake he need to put that on that because it's gonna stand out on
Yeah,
that
it
joint.
wouldn't have been as big. It wouldn't have been as big
Mm-mm.
on 21's. I love 21. I think he might be the best feature in rap. For real.
21, 21, 21.
If I had something I just wanted it to be hard, I'm like, man, I need 21 on this
Yeah,
joint.
with 21 on there. 21
He the best feature. I
Yeah.
want to see what little baby got.
Oh
I
yeah,
watched his
October.
doc the other night.
Oh, you got Doc out?
Yeah, I got some. It did justice for me. It did what it was supposed to be as far as just sparking some inspiration.
Yeah. I heard
Because
a freestyler here is a Funk Flex joint. I know it was like fairly old. Like it wasn't nothing. I don't think it was nothing recent, but whenever it was, I was like, he going in.
baby can rap, and baby catches the pockets of the beat different than anybody
Yeah.
else, bro.
Yeah. I was like, he going in on this joint, bro.
You should watch that doc, cause outside of baby being, I know he's not quote unquote new, but from the newer guys, he's my favorite one. Outside of the music, I just like the way he moves, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like he move like what the old head say, you been here before.
Mm-hmm.
He like one of them. You been here before. Like for him to be his age, if I had to guess, maybe probably what 27, 26,
Yeah, I think so.
probably between 26 and 28.
Mhm.
How old is Lil Baby?
Lil Baby is 27 years old.
He 27. For him to move how he moves at 27, he maneuver from what I can see from the outside looking in. He maneuvers like a 48-year-old
Man.
as far as just what I can see, certain principles he got, and just certain way certain the fandom of me. I know a little different stuff. Or like I saw something. This one guy, I be forgetting his name, but he's an R&B singer. I'm sure I could be wrong, but from my knowledge, I'm pretty sure he's more known for his like him as a personality than his music.
Mm. Mm.
I don't think I've ever heard a song of him, but I know what he looked like. I think his name Osiris something.
That name
Why
sounds
something
familiar.
Osiris.
Yeah,
If you
that
see
name
him,
sounds
if you see him, you gonna know what he. If you see him, you're gonna be like, oh, that dude.
Mm.
Like you gonna know who the dude is, but you ain't
Oh,
gonna know no song.
he young. He be hanging out with Drake, the young boy.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
always be owing somebody money.
Yeah. I
Like
know
he
you
always
talking
be losing in bets and stuff.
about. Yeah.
Just one thing that I like. That one thing I was just like, man, look, I like how Lil Baby move. He owed him some money. The dude owed Baby some money.
Mm-hmm.
They in a jewelry store, Baby trying on some jewelry and stuff, looking at himself in the mirror. And he said, yo, Cyrus, you got that? I think it was on like 2,000-3,000, something, 3,000-4,000. It's like, yo, you got them 3 rats you owe me? At first they talking, but as soon as Baby was like, yo, you got them 3 rats you owe me? Then all of a sudden do it, and I hate when dudes do it. He start laughing all hard and touching them, and oh man, you so rich, you don't need that much. Man, you worry about that little 3 rat, bro. You worry about that. And he was like, man, you funny, bro. And Baby was like, I'm dead serious. Like he wasn't laughing, smiling, nothing. He was just still putting on jewelry, looking at himself in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nah, I'm dead serious. You got them 3 rats. He's like, oh man, you so rich, man. You ain't worried about that little 3 rat, man. You asked me about that 3 rat. He's like, and you can tell Baby C, he's like, man, I know this rap stuff go up and down. He's like, if you hurt right now, that's cool. He was like, I was like, just give me later. Like, nah, man, you try to call me out, blah, blah, blah. And Baby said, because this is stuff like I would do. He basically, Baby was like, nah. He's like, how long ago you owe me that? Say dude been owing it to him for 6, 7, 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I ain't asked you one time. I see you. This is my first time seeing you since then, so I'm asking you.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody owe me money. I ain't about to be calling you all the time for this stuff. I see you. I'm gonna ask you about it.
Right.
And if you ain't got it, I was like, man, that's some stuff like I was taught to do from older dudes. Like, I ain't about to be calling your phone, bro. You owe me the money. You owe me. Hey man, you got my money. You got my. When I see you, I'm gonna bring it up and I'm gonna just ask you. You know, you got my money. You got that bread. And I ain't gonna make no thing about it because I've also learned if you let somebody borrow money, just be prepared to give it to them.
Right.
Like, but just little stuff. I'll be like, man, I like Baby, bro. He move like he got an old spirit.
Yeah. I rock with Baby. What's the documentary on?
Prime. I was about to hit you up for your for your password.
Oh.
I got the 30-day free trial and canceled it as soon as I signed up.
Yeah, that's the smart way to do it.
It's crazy what I'm willing to pay for that I won't pay for.
Hey, it's just a real thing, bro. That's really everybody. Like the whole pod was talking about that pretty much. Like,
but I'm willing to go all in on the stuff that's gonna make me the money.
Yeah,
They're not. They go all in on everything else.
yeah. But it's
And
the
that's
same
not
thing though. It's what they willing to pay for versus what they not.
no, but you can't sit there and say that you have these goals and not be willing to put the money behind it.
Yeah,
You're lying. You don't.
yeah.
Or one of the dumbest things I ever hear people say too, and I've even heard you say it. So,
What did I say?
well, I haven't heard you say it. I've heard you inquire about it. Let's be like, man, that's cold. Like thinking that's like a positive thing.
What?
I saw I saw him 500. Shout out to him. I saw him 500 post a post that said it was talking about entrepreneurs bragging off of making $1 million with no ad spend. He's like, good job, dummy. You could have made 10. And I
Oh,
remember in the past, I've talked to you about certain people and certain numbers people were doing without any ads. And he's like, that's what I got figured how to do it without that. Like, why would you want to not have paid advertising behind the stuff? You're just going to drastically increase your income. Like, why do so many people have that as like the, let me figure out how to do it without spending no money?
nah. I think if I
I remember a exact conversation. I was telling you about a particular woman. She was making this much money without no ads. And he was like, "Man, that's what it is right there. Like, how you do it without no ads, man?"
I mean,
I'm like, "Why? If she making $1 million with no ad spend, if she was spending some money in advertising, she would be making 10 to 15 million.
yeah, possibly. But
No, not possibly. Like, would be.
but I think you took my reaction to like to heart of it being like, oh no, that's the only way. Like, no, I believe in being able to find a way to get it under all conditions. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
ain't under no all conditions. Pay for marketing.
I know,
Everybody you see
but
pays for marketing. Every brand that why do you know that Shure microphone exists?
of course, but I'm saying like, let's say I'll just use you for an example. If if Facebook ads is effing with you, and as you figuring that out or whatever, if you still got the proof of concept on still getting to the, like, a nice bag without it, it's still good to know. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It's good to have the information. Like, oh yeah, it's dope.
Yeah, but instead of that, all I thought about was, okay, I need to be on more channels.
Hmm.
And I'm like, if anybody making money without no marketing, without no paid marketing, I'm like, you just leaving money on the table. Like it don't make sense. Like what's the and there's a lot of people out here like, oh yeah, man, man, I made 6 figures, no ad. Them dudes running ads. I made 100,000 without no ad. I'm like, good job. You should have made 1 million.
Hmm. Hmm. Man.
And that's like from day one. That's something that I even in my first business of real estate. That's something that I understood. I wasn't out here. I wasn't out here saying I'm gonna find a deal with no marketing. I was spending my money on marketing.
Hmm.
The only difference between me and people that weren't getting deals that I was getting was they was out here not spending no money on marketing.
Mm.
And then happen to find a deal when they do find a deal. And the only difference between the people that was getting more deals than me was that they were spending more money on marketing for deal flow.
Mm. Hmm. So that's where it begins, marketing.
That's the lifeline of any business.
Hmm.
Even just say you as far as a videographer, um, take everything else that you do out of. I'm just talking about videography.
Hmm.
You know how many more possible leads you would get if you paid for to advertise your videography services? You know how many book calls you would have per day to close clients and stuff versus word of
Versus
mouth.
referrals, yeah.
Because I'm sure on that side of it, that's I would assume that's like the lifeline of the business referrals.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
I'm like that ain't a that ain't a consistent thing versus you can be on the lower end, pay $20 a day or something on some ads
Mm-hmm.
and just be popping up on people's stuff. And it could not be a book of it could even just be something for traffic or the conversion could be book a call.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good idea. I could throw my reel. I could run my reel as an ad, like a clip from the reel.
Hey, I'm just saying whatever it is people doing, you would do more of it if more people knew that you did it.
Right.
That's people's main problem as far as generating revenue.
People don't know.
People don't know,
Mm-hmm.
and people think that they just gonna sit there and post on a page with 127 followers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's gonna be it. The page ain't grow how it grew organic. I paid to put myself in front of people.
Yeah.
I just started a TikTok a few days ago. That ain't gonna about put some money into that.
Mm-hmm.
I just set up my stuff and put the card on it today, this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I got I got just got a new follower.
I was supposed to
I got
do
I
my
got
due date
70
today.
I got 70 followers on TikTok. Whoop whoop. 70. But the stuff is people be like, that's why I'm gonna tell people everything starts at zero. I
Mm,
have 70 followers on TikTok right now. Think it's gonna stay at 70? I'm willing to bet my money it won't.
right.
I only got I got I got uh I got hold up. I got 1,700 followers subscribers on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Think it's gonna stay at 1,700? Like everything gotta start at zero. But people be thinking like they'll see the person with a lot of followers and think that there's something different between them and that person.
Right.
Nah, it's just regular people that started an account with zero, just like you did.
Mm-hmm.
And put a little time, put a little effort into it. A lot of them put their money where their mouth is. Like I said, the heart's attached to the pocketbook. What do you care about?
Mm-hmm.
I care about my business. And I care about increasing my income, my impact and influence, and they all gonna come hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I care about increasing other people's income and impact. But I know I have to increase mine for them to tap in to believe me.
Right. Yeah,
So I'll put the money behind it.
old buddy who be doing the joint with his hands, like he
Hmm.
posted before he even started getting any real traction. He posted for a whole like month straight, month and a half straight, with nobody rocking with his videos.
And what I am seeing about TikTok though is I only have 70 followers, but every video has 500 views, 266 views, 1,283 views,
Mm-hmm.
341. I'm like, all right, cool. Because I'm looking at other people that got more followers than me, and they don't have a video that got 1,000 views.
Yeah.
I'm like, my third post got. And then I guess before I even posted, I think I had like around 40 followers. I guess just people just knew me from other platforms and saw I
Mm-hmm.
had an account over there. So in a few days, uh, 30 something, 40 people followed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A lot of people will get discouraged on that, especially when you have a large following on another platform.
Right.
A lot of people would think that would translate, but I'm like, no, it's gonna be different people tapped in. Even the people that's tapped into YouTube, there's gonna be different people that's tapped into the Instagram, and it's gonna be different people that's tapped into the TikTok. People
Mhm.
think that people are gonna come from every single platform. I'm like, nah.
Yeah. And it actually like works in your benefit, I believe.
Yeah. Cause it's like think some people know um um dang, who was it? I got the perfect example, bro. It just
And
left me.
just left just like that. Bye bye.
Perfect example too.
Bye bye.
I lost it, bro.
Lost it. Look, as
But
soon as
but
you hit the record, turn it off, you're gonna be like, oh.
it's no different. It's no different than there's certain people that only know that know Rihanna for music.
Hmm.
There's other people that know Rihanna from acting. There's other people that know Rihanna for Fenty.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Those same people don't translate to everything.
Right.
I know Rihanna for music. I'm not tapped into the Fenty stuff. I know Rihanna for that movie where she was on a boat with the guns.
Battleship.
whatever, it,
I think it was
whatever it was.
Battleship. Yeah.
Some people know The Rock for wrestling. Some people know The Rock for movies. Some people know The Rock for, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like different. So people get discouraged by different stuff because they have traction over here on this side of it. And then they start something new over here and they don't have no traction from it, or they go announce it to people over here. A lot of them people over here don't even have that.
Hmm.
A lot of people on Instagram don't even have TikTok.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And if they do, they'll be like, "I follow you on here.
Yeah.
Why I need to follow you
Right. Or
over there?"
or even with YouTube, like some people might be like, I don't have time to digest a hour or 2 hour pod. I'm cool with the clips.
Majority of the YouTube channels I'm subscribed to, I don't follow them on Instagram.
Mm.
The only ones I can think of off the top of my head that I follow on Instagram is Hormozy,
Hermosa and Myron. I follow Myron.
Myron, Neo.
See, I ain't subscribed to Neo's page.
Uh, he's not active on there. Social Proof.
Oh yeah, for sure. EYL.
But I'm subscribed to a lot of people. So like Grant Cardone.
Yeah.
But it's just a handful of people because I'm subscribed to some some different people. So like if I Valuetainment, you familiar with Valuetainment?
Mm-mm.
I think it's called Valuetainment. Yeah, Valuetainment. I don't follow that dude on
Instagram.
any other platform. I don't follow him on Instagram. I don't follow I don't follow Graham Stephan on Instagram. I don't follow uh but you get what I'm saying,
Yeah,
bro.
for
Like
sure.
it's certain people I don't follow. I'm
Mm-hmm.
subscribed to JJ Reddick. I
Mm.
don't follow I don't follow JJ Reddick on no other stuff. I
Yeah.
listen to this I watch his podcast on YouTube.
I don't even follow Button.
You don't follow who?
I don't follow Button.
I don't either.
No, I don't follow
I don't follow Button. I don't follow Ish Ice. When it was
Joe.
Rory and Maul, I ain't followed
Mm,
him.
yeah.
Like
Mm-mm.
So that's a prime example too of like these people that's tapped in here may not be tapped into the YouTube. These people that like my short form content might not want to sit there and hear me talk for an hour.
Right.
Then there's people that's sitting there and getting for an hour, they're a different type of person because they like, man, they get the value of all it because I really be dropping some gems, bro.
Mhm.
I know I may talk about some different shit sometimes, but stay it out with me. You gonna get something.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. And then so I'm like, it's the same exact thing because what I go to Trader Joe's for and you going to Trader Joe's for some different stuff, but it's about and my mama going for some different stuff. My mama getting a bunch of cauliflower pizzas.
We got 3 boxes of them joints in the freezer right now.
You know what I'm saying? I'm getting the movie theater popcorn and some green dragon sauce and some shrimp burgers
Mhm.
with some brioche buns.
That's
You know what I'm
funny.
saying? You going and getting I don't know, I feel like you get sausage. You getting you get you getting chicken sausage.
Yeah, I'm getting a spicy chicken sausage. I'm getting
I knew it.
I'm getting
I
some
knew
fruit.
it.
And I'm getting some of the popcorn too. And I'm getting well, they ain't got it no more, but I used to get a bottle of their tequila because it was nice but they ain't got it no
You
more.
know where I live at, they don't sell liquor in Trader Joe's.
Ah, for real? Damn.
Texas, bro.
But it's a grocery store though.
They don't sell liquor in the grocery store.
Bro, I'm that out of touch. I thought the grocery store had liquor.
You lived in Houston your whole life. When you ever went to the grocery store and got liquor?
True. It's only the
You
soft
got they
stuff.
got wine,
Yeah.
beer, and champagne.
Right. Yeah. That's real. That's true. Yeah, nah, Trader Joe's be stocked. Whatever
So
you
it's like
need.
here at Trader Joe's, you go get some wine, some champagne,
Some
beer.
brews, yeah. Yeah, the Trader Joe's got a good IPA I rock with.
But we about to wrap this up, man. Hey, but before I wrap it up, bro, I just want to tell this story because I'm starting to do something, and I forgot that I did it until the other night. I was playing. Um, you know how you have dreams. You know we dream like every night,
Mm-hmm.
but we don't be remembering them.
Right.
I had this crazy dream a couple weeks ago, and I woke up at my sleep and immediately grabbed my phone and started to like do a voice note about it.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was saying the dream, I started to forget it. Like I was forgetting it fast.
Mm.
But now it's like, as I said it and I listened back to it, and then I told my mama and I said it again. Like I remembered it
Mm.
again. I'm like, I'm gonna start doing that. Like if it's a crazy dream, as soon as I'm able, I'm gonna voice note. Because if you hear what I'm saying, bro, I ain't gonna play the whole thing because it's like 5 minutes long. But
Yeah.
just listen. You can hear the. I just had a dream that I was in a game. Like you can hear, I'm like disoriented and like, bro, I gotta tell you a story real quick because it's so. The dream is so. The dream like got a message of what life is like and what my life is like, and I was like, that's crazy that the dream like
Mm.
I could equate it to real life. And it
Mm.
was the craziest, like it was the weirdest, craziest, randomest
Yeah.
dream, but it got a message, right? So it's like everybody, it's like two teams, like all these people, a lot of people. And we're fighting against each other. It's like a game, like who's gonna win.
Mm.
And it's fair, it's a fair game at first. Everybody's just fighting with their hands. You punching people, you see this person over here wrestling,
Mm.
you see somebody else on the ground biting some dude, like it's fair.
Mm.
And then it's like out the blue, some horn came on, and then they just gave the other team all these weapons.
Mm.
Like they had all kinds of weapons. And it wasn't like they had guns and stuff, but they had like big old spears.
Mm.
They had like axes and swords and shields and those machines that be on them old school movies that got all them arrows in it that shoot at one time and they like come up and
Yeah, the epic
come
stuff.
down.
Yeah.
They had all that stuff, bro. It was no way that my team could win. There was absolutely no way. We got these, right? And the random part, this is already random, but the random part is when we fighting heads up. I look to my side. Guess who's on my team? Iverson. Like I got Bubba Chuck on my team. Yeah, let's go, boy. Right. So it's fair. Then they get all these weapons, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened was somehow I ended up on a ship, and you're on a ship and it's like private. Nobody sees that you had a decision. You didn't have to play the game,
Mm-hmm.
but once you got in your private section of the ship, you got to choose if you wanted to play, you wanted to continue, or you could quit and just quit. I can't remember everything, but whatever it was, it felt like it was the wrong answer to quit. Like you felt like you had to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like whatever was going on, it's like this is the right decision. This is the 100% right decision. Don't let everybody down. This is what you're supposed to do, and this is like what everybody's going to choose to play this game and go get slaughtered. Because there's no way that you can win the game, bro. There's no way, right?
Yeah.
I mess around. I'm like, dang, I don't want to let everybody down, but I'm really going to slaughter. Like,
Yeah.
I say, nah, I ain't playing, and I jump off the ship. And then I'm like feeling bad about myself, and I'm like in a little locker room area, whatever, behind the scenes. And I hear somebody walking down the hallway, and I poke my head out, and it's Iverson. And I said, Chuck. I said, man. And I ran up to him. I gave him a hug. I was like, man, Chuck, man, for y'all don't know, Iverson's nickname, Bubba Chuck. So I'm like, yo, Chuck, man. I was like, man, I'm glad to see, bro. You won? How did you get out of there? He said, hell no, I ain't play that game. He said, hell no, I ain't play that game. And I said, you didn't either. And I was like, yeah. He was like, I know if ain't nobody. Me and Iverson was the only two people that didn't play. Everybody else chose to play and go to slaughter. And Iverson was like, yeah, I know. I was like, as soon as I said I ain't playing, he's like, I know I'm going to see Blake back there. I know he ain't playing. I was like, how you knew that, bro? He said, because you a nigga like me. And I was like, all right. And then we tapped up Iverson. I went to like the Coliseum bleachers and I sat with my family, my mom and my daddy, and then that's all I remember. But in the voice note though, if I fast forward though, let me find it. And sat with my parents and I that Chuck up. That's equivalent that shit to what I'm doing now. Listen to this, man. They forcing us to play a game that we can't win, bro. They forcing us to play a game that we cannot win, and I refuse to play it. I leave, and I'm gonna play my own fucking game. And I pass back out. Because I'm like, even in that, waking up in the middle of the night and just sounding crazy, because if you hear the whole 5.5 minutes, I sound crazy, bro. Because I'm like trying to remember.
Yeah. And
I'm like disoriented and just woke up and just talking. Like I'm saying stuff that don't make sense.
Yeah.
I'm saying sentences that ain't even sentences. It's like, what? But I even caught myself down. I was like, man, I'm that equates to life, because in the dream and in the game, they was forcing us to play a game that you just cannot win. And it felt like the wrong decision was to not play the game. Like you felt like you was doing something wrong if you chose not to play. And that's what I was saying at the end of that. I was like, man, they forcing us to play a game that we can't win.
That's real.
And I did the same thing. Like in reality, like I'm not playing this, bro. I can't win. But so many people, they feel like it's the right decision, and you feel wrong if you make the decision to not play.
Mm.
Like, I'm not going out to slaughter, man. Me and Iverson saw we couldn't win. We saw we couldn't win, bro.
That's deep right there, bro.
And we was the only two because our team, bro, it was like a sea of people. Like it was like
Mm-hmm.
a bunch of people. And we the only two that was like, nah, we ain't we ain't playing, bro.
And
And
when
I was
when
like,
was this?
dang.
A few nights ago?
Nah, this was like this was August 19th.
Mm.
I don't know why I was thinking of it, but I was like, bro, you can't. Yeah, don't play no game that you can't win.
Hmm.
Any game that I play, the odds are stacked in my favor. It don't make sense to play it to lose,
Hmm.
knowing you gonna lose.
Right, right.
Why play? And that's even on how I gamble. I don't really gamble because I used to gamble a lot back in the day, right?
Mm.
But when I do gamble with certain people that know that, I'll be like, nah, I don't gamble. Or if I gamble, it'd be like friendly stuff or embarrassing stuff where I can record you doing some bunny hops or push-ups or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
I was even telling him, I was like, man, back in the day, when I did gamble for real, most of the time I wouldn't be gambling because I know I'm a win.
Mm.
So I'm like, it ain't it ain't gambling when you know you gonna win. Or even the friendly stuff. Say like when I hoop and after the workout, we gonna have a shooting competition from like half court. Whoever make the most or whatever, whoever lose, you owe 100 push-ups.
Mm-hmm.
It's a win-win situation for them. They don't know that I shot them shots every single day. They just jumpers. They were just shots to me.
Right, right.
Whereas I'm just shooting. They don't know that I practice that every day, and they don't know that regardless, after this workout, I'm doing 100 push-ups.
Right.
So it's like
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna be shooting these shots anyways right now, and right after this, I'm
Doing
gonna be doing the
push-ups.
100 push-ups.
Yeah.
So, and most of the time I would win the shooting contest, but regardless, I'm doing both of these anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Like,
Win-win for real.
yeah. So, and then I'm like with this business stuff, I look at it as a win-win because it's like I'm either gonna make some money or I'm gonna figure out a way to not make the money so I don't do that again.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, either way, it's a win-win.
Right.
And then it's crowded. Then I just go and tell the people the information so you can make a right instead of a left because I made the left for you.
Right.
Come back and be like, nah, bro, do that. But that's how we gonna wrap it up, y'all. Don't play a game that you can't win.